Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Disorganized Religion podcast, or as we like to call it in the social media world, hashtag DRP.
Derp.
I don't like that at all.
Did we look it up yet to see what that hashtag means?
No, we'll put our best people on that. Do we have any people? No, we don't.
No.
They're all right here in the room.
That's all we got.
Just the three of us.
We're all we have. All right, well, yeah, we'll have to get into that. Maybe we can have some kind of a opening like montage of Twitter hashtags and stuff. We need a theme song that we should really have.
We should.
We got an opening jingle.
Yeah.
We should sing it.
Something that sticks in your head.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I think that's a good way to go. If people are like sampling the beginning of the podcast as they're going through and they hear us singing as the start, they might go, keep on going there.
Methodists, a singing people.
We are singing people.
That's true. There's no singing well requirement there. In the hymnal, it says, sing lustily.
Does it
Remember that?
really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I gotta share that.
He pulls out a hymnal.
Hold on. I got a hymnal on me at all
He's
times.
got a hymnal
You never
handy.
know. Just in case singing breaks out. Jim Harnish always says, a good preacher is ready to preach, pray, sing, or die at a moment's notice. So, always have a hymnal on you. The directions for singing are such. Number 1, learn these tunes before you learn any others. Afterwards, learn as many as you like. Sing them exactly as they are printed here, without altering or amending them at all. And if you have learned to sing them otherwise, unlearn it as soon as you can.
Wow.
Harsh.
This is the Methodist hymn?
There's more. Methodist hymnal. Sing all. See that you join with the congregation as frequently as you can. Let not a slight degree of weakness or weariness hinder you. If it is a cross to you, take it up, and you will find it a blessing.
Wow.
Oh my.
I like it.
This will reach. Here it goes. And then sing lustily and with good courage.
Yes.
Not to be confused with sing lustfully. It's not what it means.
Licentious.
Well,
Sing lustily with good courage.
speaking of singing lustily, have you ever noticed, like, some songs you could, like, maybe swap out a name or two and it could become a love song for a significant other rather than a worship song?
Oh.
Like, could you swap out the word Jesus for your wife's name and use it as it as poetry?
When I asked her to marry me, that's what I did.
Did you take a hymn and
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. She'd have been like, nope. What are you doing?
Deshawn, you're single, so maybe
Oh no.
maybe this would be a
That's true.
This would be a courtship thing you could try. You could look up some lyrics for a hymn or a contemporary song and use them. Like, for instance,
You gonna go a little beat poet?
yeah, you want me to?
Do it, yeah.
Okay, so here is "Your Love Never Fails."
Maybe British accent.
We know that one, right?
Do you need British accent for this?
Yeah, sure.
I don't
Try
do,
it.
I don't do a good British.
No
accent.
accents. Okay,
No,
cool.
Okay. So, your love never fails. This could be poetry to your significant other. So, nothing can separate. Even if I ran away, your love never fails.
You know what you need? Hold on. Do that again, but say the word baby first.
Ooh. Baby, nothing can separate. Even if I ran away, babe, your love never fails. I know I still make mistakes, but you have new mercies for me every day. Your love never fails. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning.
Good grief.
See, that takes on a whole new context, doesn't it?
That'll work, man. I think that'll work.
I'm sure there's got to be other songs that you could do that with.
Yeah, I mean, the best one has to be you take How Great Is Our God, but you change it to My Girl.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's hear it.
You gotta do it.
Let's hear
How
it.
great is my girl? Say with me, how great. is my girl. And all will see how great is my girl.
Yeah.
It'll work. I
Yeah.
think it would work. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So Deshawn, you give that a try. Let us know how it goes.
I am not doing that.
What?
And when it doesn't work, we'll try something else.
This is good advice. You're just
is.
leaving on the table.
Well, then the question would be, would a girl prefer a hymn in poetry style with her name in it, or is that with her name, or kind of more like contemporary worship style? I guess it may depend on the girl, I guess.
Maybe for your age group, she may not have heard a whole lot of hymns, right? So she might be more familiar with the contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
So you might go with the hymns, then you could claim credit for it.
That's true.
True.
It's true. She doesn't know it. She can't find out.
Less likely to find out what you're. Say, wait a minute! I heard that on the radio.
So you got to marry her first, like before she hears it, right? You got to lock that deal down. Wait, that's the poem you read to me.
Mid worship service.
No, I'm sure they borrowed it from me. It's right in the middle of the church.
Charles Wesley, who is dead.
It has been dead for 300 years.
He got that one from me.
It's not that long. 200 years.
200. A little over 200. Yeah.
Sorry, Charles. You're not that old. I gotta say though, it is an interesting debate, even in church, right? Which one would work on the girl to get her to marry you is another whole other issue. But talk about a topic that consumes plenty of staff meetings and any discussions about church is the whole do you go with our hymns better, right? These timeless classic songs written decades if not centuries ago. Versus what I've heard derisively called the 7-Eleven songs that you play.
What's a 7-Eleven song?
So think of songs like God of Wonders. Remember God of Wonders beyond our galaxy.
Holy. Yeah, I got you.
You will say that same 7 words 11 times.
Okay.
You just repeat the chorus over and over and over.
Beyond our galaxy. 6. Close enough. But so, there's no 6-11. There's just 7-Eleven, which is what makes a joke. But still, you get the point that you say the same 7 words 11 times, and people who like the hymns will mock those songs.
Yeah, as they should.
As they should. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think. To be honest, I've gotten lost in God of Wonders. Like I've been there,
feeling the spirit.
Feeling it. Yep, I've been there feeling God of Wonders. I believe they were playing that when I was in college, and that was not recently. so it's been around for a while.
So what are the usual sort of pros and cons lists for a contemporary song, and then pros and cons for a hymn? Like what do you hear the most often?
Well, my impression is that the hymns are like educational. It was a way to convey, timeless theological themes and at a time when Sunday school was school. And when churches provided schools, so I think that the education and the worship kind of blended together a lot more, where you were really looking to teach people things and teach kids things like these theological ideas. I think
and sort of in those older churches, like everything was sort of geared that way. So the stained glass windows, the hymns that you sang, the stories, like the whole environment was
all the
designed.
traditions.
It was designed to look like a cross. The whole from the foundation, it was designed to do that.
You have the middle aisle, and then you have the crossing aisle.
And it'd be really tall, so that you'd feel this urge to look up into the heavens and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had the cross-shaped aisles because when you do a funeral, you're walking the person the last few steps to Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those things have an educational purpose, like the church architecture, the music,
So the
liturgy.
The pro for the hymn is a little deeper theologically, perhaps.
Yeah, and even today, you look at the screens and you're seeing these words, and they give you some things to think about.
Yeah. definitely.
But isn't it true that the tunes that they put a lot of those hymns to were familiar, like
I believe
bar songs and,
I believe the
and
Yeah.
stuff that they would play, so people knew the music. It was
Right.
the lyrics that were.
yes, and maybe that's why he needed that rule up there in the front. If you've learned this song another way,
Forget it.
Don't sing it like
Erase
you did.
it.
Don't sing it like
Yep.
you did in the pub.
it's the second rule. It's like Second Amendment.
Yeah.
This is as important to them as gun control is to us today. Right? Sing them exactly as they're printed here. Which, without altering or amending them at all. And if you have learned to sing them otherwise,
Right.
say at the bars,
Right.
learn it as soon as you can. So that you don't put that rule in there as the second rule if that doesn't already
it is
happen.
not-
Yep. Yep.
You got the drunks coming to church, singing it their way. Knock it off.
So, and this might just because of my but I don't find myself singing hymns like later on in the day. Like if I've gone to a contemporary service, like like an earworm, like you'll hear that song in my head. The back, hours later I'll be humming it, or and that doesn't happen to me for hymns. I do appreciate the deeper lyrics and the theology of the hymn, but I don't get the same.
I think I do
After
get this thing
effects.
sticking in my head. I think
Do
it's
you?
whichever one is last. if the last service was traditional, that's what's in my head. But I think,
I mean, a few of them I do. Amazing Grace, if we sing that one,
yeah, some of them are catchy.
I walk away singing that one. But
I've always been a hymn guy, so
Yeah.
I've got hymns rolling through my head all the time.
yeah, I mean, we're all fans. But I was wondering if contemporary music, like if that earworm effect, like people go out singing those songs or hear them on the radio and it reinforces.
Because it's almost poppy. Like, it's almost
Yeah.
kind of like modern music, but, with a Jesus spin on it.
Right.
And so...
A love song where you change it.
You're right. Right. We've just seen two great examples of that.
Remember there used to be a website where you could type in the name of a secular band and it would spit out the name of a Christian band instead?
Oh, no, did they used to do that?
Yeah, like, if you like this, you'll like this Christian band.
If you like Def Leppard,
But I think...
You'll like Ryan K.
you'll
yeah, that's what
you'll
I
like
do.
Striper.
Yeah. I forget what that was called. That was a long time ago now, but... yeah, I think,
Every youth
I think
director in the world.
Does he
was-
talk out a lot? but yeah, youth directors, we need to know that, right? To keep everybody engaged and keep them from listening to stuff that they were finding disturbing. But I will say that I think that, like I said, like there I am feeling it with God of Wonders back in 1996 or whatever. And I mean, I think I think those things come out of more like a contemplative, almost like a meditative kind of experience, where
Almost like a chant.
It's intimate.
it's like chanting, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Intimate, yeah.
yeah. I mean, you wonder like if you heard like Gregorian chant stuff, there's not words to those usually, but it's kind of like a way to almost empty out your head of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't take a lot of work. It's not hard to learn these songs.
Right.
Doesn't. And maybe that might be one of the knocks on it is there is sort of the challenge of learning lots of different words.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's not the point. The point isn't to educate you with those choruses in the contemporary music. It's really more of an experiential kind of thing.
Real
And-
Pentecostal vibes up here.
Yeah. I just
I'm not going to go that far. But I do like how some artists today are actually taking hymns and putting them to a more
and there's some really good
a
ones.
more
Yeah.
contemporary, giving it more contemporary musicality. Perhaps I don't know any music words. My kids will probably laugh at me for that. But for example, I'll tell you the big song at my seminary was it's in the Methodist hymnal number 363. If you want to sing along at home, that's where it is.
Everybody get out your hymnal.
Right, if you have one at home or your car, wherever you are. No, sorry, if you're in your car right now, do not get your hymnal out. 10 and 2. But yeah, so but And Can It Be is like when you're at chapel, right? Everybody's feeling it. They belt it out. They would play a little faster in the chapel services in seminary, then it's actually written, I think, in the hymnal, and it makes a big difference when you kind of give it a little extra oomph. But for example, here's a quick snippet of And Can It Be, and this might get blocked by the internet censors, but
Yeah, we're gonna get copyright
who knows?
blocked. Yeah, that's probably enough.
Yeah. And we're flagged. So this is going to get us flagged probably, but here's Chris Tomlin.
But yeah, you can't play him. We're gonna get
Yeah. So
Amazing Love. Yeah.
So that Amazing Love line comes from And Can It Be? Just in there somewhere.
Amazing love, how can it be that thou
Oh,
For me.
my God.
Should.
yeah.
All right. Stop,
Eric and I are
stop,
killing
stop.
it over here.
I'm trying to talk over it a little bit, see if you can. But
Mumble
it's not
it.
gonna work.
But so that's a hymn that was written 1739, and here's Chris Tomlin taking it, and he obviously appreciating the message of it, but then giving it a more contemporary spin. So I don't know where the sweet spot is, right, to find the balance there. I do find myself having to be the one that suggests on occasion including a contemporary version of a hymn in contemporary worship.
In a modern service.
Yeah.
Hymn for hipsters.
Hymns for hipsters.
Did,
I gotta say it. Josh, the guy who works here now, is good about that. He likes all of it.
and he's a big fan of traditional
yeah.
music.
So, but on an average, I think you go to those elevation Hillsong kinds of places.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear "And Can It Be That I Should Gain?"
Not at all.
Either in hymn form or spruced up, modern form. So, I always tell people who are, debating whether they're going to go to the traditional service or a modern service, I know this is unique to me, but on a Sunday, if for some reason I go to one and not both, I feel off. Like I feel like I've had the whole experience when I've done the modern service and then I've done the traditional service. That feels like a complete morning of worship to me. And
So are you suggesting that our congregation should attend
I would
both
be
services?
more than happy. I'd be more than happy for people to come and do both. I think that'd be a good day. You do modern, you go to your Sunday school class, and you do the traditional at the end.
You get the whole ball. Get the whole
3
ball.
hours. Deshawn can do it. You can do it too.
But mine's only one service.
Well, we got to break it up a little bit. Baby steps, man. You got to get us there. But so as Deshawn aspires to shorter services, here we are aspiring to not get the death stare at 12:05. But I think it's important that we validate both. Both of them have a lot of value. The hymns will teach you theological ideas that do matter. If you understand theology, I think those ideas will play out in your life and in your thinking and in your speaking. And to not have those, I think kind of creates a little adriftness that could be locked down. I think if you have a little bit more of those ideas clear in your head.
Well, shout out to Reverend Candace Brooks. She was my worship instructor at Asbury, and she said, if as a church leader and pastor, you ought to be choosing the hymns carefully because what you sing is what you believe. And that always stuck with me. Like,
she got hired there despite my protests.
You didn't want her to be hired there. What do you have against Candace?
Here's the deal. So I think I was student government president that year, and I got to be in on the interviews for the new worship professor.
Yeah.
And so we had like 4 or 5 candidates, and and I have so we're meeting at different times. The morning she came in, I had a Hebrew exam. I've been up all night studying for Hebrew exam. I'm like in the car on the way there, stoplights reading Hebrew. I'm like walking into the building reading Hebrew.
Flashcards. Yep.
Flashcards, yeah. I'm in a dark place, right? right? I mean, everything I'm reading is backwards, right? And I'm in a dark place, right? So I walk into this room and we're going to interview Candace, and I just was at a foul place. She didn't stand a chance for the moment. So Steve asks us, who's the vice president of the seminary at the time,
Steve Harper.
Steve Harper says, so give me like your ranking of the people that we interviewed. And I wrote, so candidate 1, then candidate 2, then candidate 3, then candidate 4, then no one, then Candace.
Oh my gosh.
I've told her this. She knows this story, and she loves it.
Yeah, she would.
But I have to say, then getting to work with her, you know, with the different student government stuff that I had to do, I mean, it was a huge gift that they didn't listen to what I said and hired her, because she is a fantastic leader.
Yeah, she was
a great gift to all of us when we were in seminary. She now actually is out here in the trenches with us. She's a pastor also today, but brought a lot of gifts to seminary, brought a lot of gifts to the churches that she served. So yeah, she was a good find.
Yeah.
Thanks for not listening to me, Steve.
Hiring Candace is good.
Well, guys, thanks so much for listening to us again on the DRP.
Is that where we're going?
The derp.
I was going to give you guys space to say derp if you wanted to.
I appreciate
Maybe it'll
that.
stick in my head like a God of Wonders does, but so far it's not there. But thank you so much for listening to us today on the Disorganized Religion Podcast. I'm Matt Horan, that's Deshawn, that's Eric, and we're glad to hang out with you. We'll see you again next time.
They love singing a hymn.
Yep. Your love never.
That's right, we should have sung them out.